Good morning, beloveds. The cats all have ideas today, and they're expressing them very loudly. All right, it is December 13th. We have a heck of a title, so let's get on with this. Our title is The Meaning of Free Will, and our author is Norah Boyd. This was published in Science of Mind of April 1994. And she starts out with a couple of Bible quotes. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. And that is John 8:32. And then the second quote is from the Science of Mind text. Outside of the automatic and necessary function of the universal mind, people are free to do what they will. The cosmic engine is started, but people guide it in their own life. All right, free will means that we can accept or reject anything, but it does not mean that we are without inner guidelines for determining when certain courses of action are better than others. For truth is always available for us to call on. Raymond Charles Barker says, God provides food for all of us, but doesn't throw it at us. This means that truth, though forever available, has to be recognized. Our ability to recognize truth and act upon it or not is part of what our free will encompasses. While we can accept truth or reject it, we can never escape the consequences of what we accept or reject. Every thought believed in as true for us becomes an experience of some kind, and that experience counsels us to the wisdom or foolishness of the choice we have made. Rejection of the truth means stepping outside the flow of harmonious existence. Let me try that line again. Rejection of truth means stepping outside the flow of harmonious existence. It means a life of haphazard experience, slow to spiritual growth, stagnation, and a hit or miss pathway through life. Acceptance of truth means steady progress in appropriate thought management. It means we understand that creative law awaits our direction and that we can come into authority over the experiences in our daily life. We make wonderful tomorrows by truth-oriented thinking today. The way ahead is clear, and we are filled with a certainty of rich, healthy, peaceful, and abundant life when we embrace the fullness that truth can bring. I have authority over my life because I accept the truth that Spirit provides guidance, and that every thought of mine believed in is acted upon by the creative law and brought to fruition. I am free to experience all the good I can envision. Yeah, that's one of those, okay, I'm going to set the book down, take my glasses off, and think about it. And don't get me wrong, I have thought about free will a lot. But that's one of those, like, you could read that and then read it again and then read it again and then read it again. And still, every time you read it, you're going to see something different. And it's kind of one, oh, really? This is the one you're going to hit me with today? Free will. And I appreciate that she says, look, you've got free will. However, you are not free from the consequences of what you accept or reject. It's like, just because you don't believe doesn't mean, what is it? Just because you don't believe in God doesn't mean God doesn't believe in you. That's what popped into my head when I started that line. And that's the creative law. And just because you don't believe in the creative law doesn't mean the creative law doesn't believe in you. It doesn't mean that the creative law doesn't work. It doesn't work for you because you don't believe it doesn't. Therefore, it's proving that it does work. It's one of those logic puzzles that would make you pull your hair out. I like that she started out by the universe provides plenty of food, but it doesn't throw it at us. We still have to go out and get it. So the wisdom, the guidelines, they're available to us, but it is up to us to pay attention. It is up to us to do our spiritual practice. It is up to us to behave like mature adults and not like children. Although, I will remind you that Jesus did say, be as little children to enter the kingdom of God. So maybe, there is room for that childlike wonder. And that childlike belief, in the creative law. And what she's asking us, I think, ultimately, what she's asking us to ruminate upon, to meditate upon, is how powerful we really are. And that's been one of those things. It's like, people, they say that we're more afraid of our own power than anything else. It's like, if we recognize how powerful we were, the world would be a different place. Just the regular average person. It's why so many, nefarious organizations are busy trying to, cut us down and divide us, because if we stood together, they couldn't stand against us. And so that's one of those things of, yeah, there's a lot, there's a lot. And she's reminding us that the guidance is available, but it is up to us to go get it. I don't know. I like that she used that quote, you should know the truth. Well, what is the truth? That you are far more powerful than you think you are. You have far more say in your own life than you think you do. And that we do have a responsibility to dismantle systems that get in the way of free will. If you look at Maslow's ladder, if everybody's basic needs are met, then they can turn to art and they can turn to art and philosophy and politics. And darn well, there's a lot of people that don't want us to turn into art, philosophy, or politics, especially politics, but that's neither here nor there. Raymond Charles Barker says, God provides food for all of us, but doesn't throw it at us. This means that truth, though forever available, has to be recognized. Our ability to recognize truth and act upon it or not is part of what our free will encompasses. Not making a decision, you're still making a decision. And that's exactly what that is. People are like, well, I didn't have a choice. Yeah, you did. You had a choice. You chose not to make a choice, and that's still making a choice. While we can accept truth or reject it, we can never escape the consequences of what we accept or reject. Every thought believed in as true for us becomes the experience of some kind, which makes me go, okay, well, what am I believing in that makes my life look the way it does? Okay. If I'm dealing with something non-preferred, it's like, all right, what belief have I got that is creating this in my life? And let me go back and work on that. Now, I say that, but I don't want a spiritual bypass, because I did make a comment about there are systems in place. There are definitely systems in place that interfere with free will, and it is my job to recognize those systems and do what I can to dismantle them. I'm clearly mad about something, so hence my language is a little wild-eyed revolutionary. Okay, just so you know. Rejection of truth means stepping outside the flow of harmonious existence. That sentence right there. Rejection of the truth means stepping outside of the flow of harmonious existence. When we understand how the game works, and I'm going to call it a game because is it Francis Chauvel's Scoville Shin that wrote the Game of Life and how to play it. Okay. When we step outside of, when we forget the rules of how to play the game of life, then the game goes off the rails for all of us. And what are the rules? Well, one, she's talking about whether we accept or reject the truth. What we believe in is what creates our experience. And if we don't like the experiences that we're having, then we need to go back and look at what we believe. And if we believe that the world is an awful place and that people are terrible, then those are the experiences we are going to have. But if we believe that on the whole, the world is a good place and that people are mostly, people are good and mostly doing the best that they can, then that's the experience we're going to have. It doesn't mean we're not going to bump up against those people who have forgotten who they are. And it doesn't mean we're not going to bump into situations that we would prefer not to. But it does mean that when we bump into these people, when we bump into these situations, we're not going to take them personally. We are going to look at them and go, all right, what choice can I make in this situation to make it better for myself? And sometimes with people who have forgotten who they are, it's to keep your distance. And that's not saying that, you don't have to be mean. You just have to say, you know what? You've forgotten who you are. And until you can remember who you are, I'm going to do it. I'm going to love you from over here. And I'm going to do it, I'm going to keep myself safe. But I am going to treat that you recognize who you are. So, it's helpful to know the rules. And one of the rules is what you believe in creates your experience. What do you believe in? I just really like that line, and I don't think I'm going to do it justice. I don't think I can do. Rejection of the truth means stepping outside of the flow of harmonious existence. Such a good line. Such a good line. All right. Acceptance of the truth means steady progress in appropriate thought management. Sometimes the only choice we have is how we feel about a situation. Once we choose how we feel about a situation, then we can choose what we're going to do about the situation. And sometimes it's simply to walk away from the situation. And sometimes once we've chosen how we feel about it, we might see something we can do about it. So, start with what you can. We make wonderful tomorrows by truth-oriented thinking today. The way ahead is clear and we are filled with a certainty of rich, healthy, peaceful, and abundant life when we embrace the fullness that truth can bring. So she ends with this treatment. I have authority over my life because I accept truth. The truth that Spirit provides guidance and that every thought of mine believed in is acted upon by the creative law and brought to fruition. Every thought of mine believed in is acted upon by creative law. That's the truth. Every thought I believe in is acted upon by creative law. Can I say it one more time? What you believe in, you create. And if that doesn't rock you back on your heels, you ain't paying attention. The mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to take a hard look at what we believe in and see how it is creating the experiences that we have. Okay? And that's the truth. It's always the truth. Guidance is available. Guidelines are available. All we have to do is ask. And we ask the source of our own being. We don't necessarily have to go to religion. Okay? Religion has written a lot of guidelines, and some of them are fantastic, and some of them are awful. Love one another as I have loved you. That's pretty much the go-to. If I can do that, if I can love my fellow living beings the way Jesus loved, then everything's going to be okay. Beyond that, then we just get into semantics. All right, beloveds. You got your mission for the day. And the other mission is the same mission I give you every day, which is to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself, whatever that looks like. Be it one thing, be it three things, be it all things. The end goal, by me saying it every day, I would like for everything you do for yourself, especially for yourself, and for other people to be loving, kind, and compassionate. It doesn't mean we don't do the hard things. It still means that when the hard stuff comes up, we tackle it, but we do it lovingly, kindly, and compassionately. As I quoted Jesus, love one another as I have loved you. Jesus told him the hard stuff too, all right? Go back and read it. You know, he looked Simon Peter and said, you're going to deny me 3 times. And it's going to be okay. So, I think it was Simon Peter. Oh, well. All right. So, loving, kind, compassionate. It can be as simple as taking a deep breath before you speak. It can be as simple as saying no to something that drains you. It can be as simple as remembering that no is a complete sentence and you do not have to say anything after no. It can be saying yes to something that pushes you a little out of your comfort zone. The other usual ones are take a walk, take a nap, take a break, which is the human equivalent of turning yourself off and turning yourself back on like we do electronics. It might help them work better. All right. You know how I feel about eating dessert first. I do believe chocolate is the first step to fixing anything. But really what I mean when I say that is that don't save the good stuff. We do not know how long we have, so treat your life like a special occasion. Make the occasion special instead of waiting for a special occasion. All right. And I'm going to remind you about joy. Oh my goodness. The world is cray-cray. The world is crazy. And the world is always going to be a little nuts. That's material existence. Because right now, enough of us have forgotten who we are. And we're working on that. And we're working on that. But right now, I want to remind you that joy is a quality of God. Therefore, joy is a quality of you. No matter what is going on in the world, no matter what is going on in your life, you still deserve joy. Please make room for it. Whatever it takes for you to make room for joy, please do that. All right, beloveds. I'm going to take a deep breath, move forward, and remind you of the rest of the suggestions. Do something to engage your mind and your body, whatever that looks like for you. I say that because the synovial fluid, which is, it's the lubrication in the joints that move a lot, like specifically in your knees, in your hips, in your shoulders, it's activated by movement. The more you move, the more synovial fluid you make, the more your joints are lubricated, the better they work. You know, that's why I say do something to engage your mind and your body every day. I do say drink plenty of water. You know, I'm a big believer in hydration. Your brain works better, your body works better, and your skin looks better when you are well hydrated. So hydration, drink plenty of water. And then get that early in your day bright light. Now, I'm using artificial light today because it is not mostly cloudy, all cloudy. Like there is no sun. It is dark gray out there. So to help to get me up and awake, artificial light is helping. It's like that's the first thing I want to do when I get up is turn on a bright light and get me a face full of that to get my circadian rhythms moving, to get those hormones moving. And if you need more support than just your plain old light, Google seasonal affect disorder light or sun lamps. This is not about getting a tan. It's about stimulating your hormones and vitamin D, and there's science. So back that up. Okay. So now I'm going to hit you with that Ernest Holmes quote, open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you that you do live in heaven right here, right now. It's all around us all the time. Because it's all God. What that means, I don't beat around the bush on this one. Heaven is a state of mind. It is a state of consciousness. That is what our author, Norah, was talking about today, about the truth, free will. You know, it's about recognizing that we get to choose. Sometimes the only choice we get to make is how we feel about it. But from there, then we can make another choice. So, you know, open the windows of your soul. Look around and see that it's all God. Like everywhere around you are godlings. A lot of them have forgotten who they are. A little kindness will go a long way. And once you create that heavenly mindset, nobody can take it away from you. I mean, straight up. And once you learn to create it once and you start to be able to create it more often, then heaven becomes any place you are. And it goes from a state of grace, because it is granted to us, the kingdom of God is within us, to a superpower. That then, no matter what is going on around me, I can still live in heaven. And hopefully provide a place where other people can calm their storms and learn to do it themselves too. I can't walk your path for you, but I can hold my light up so you can see where to put your feet. That's the goal. That's the goal. All right, beloveds. I am definitely running short on time. So, social media. We are Creative Life. Oh, take Emma Curtis Hopkins' advice. Look for the good and praise it. Okay? That's one way to create that heavenly mindset. Gratitude will get you everywhere. All right, social media. Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark, running Rev Ryan on the social medias I'm on. I commend them to you, especially the YouTube channels. There's thousands of hours between the two channels. I don't know what I was about to say, so I'm just going to go and remind you to email info@creativelife.org. That'll get you on the constant contact. And the hot links are hot. If it says click here now, it'll take you either right to the information you want, like the Soul Session playlist on the YouTube channel. Fabulous playlist. All kinds of content. Just about anything you could want is in that one. Or right to the person who can help you get the information. All right. Now, I'm at the part where I get to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonder-filled day, an awesome day, an amazing day. A dance in the rain day, a bundle up day, a truth day, a explore your free will day, a get to know what you actually believe in day, a recognize the source of your experiences day, a hug somebody day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough. Just as you are. You're a beloved child of God in whom God is well pleased and well represented. You do teach people about the God of your understanding through your words and actions. Remember that. All right, beloveds. You are a brilliant light, a divine spark. You are spirit in motion. You are God in action. Or, as Reverend Jesse likes to remind us, you are a godling. Get to know the truth of your being. Explore the truth of your being. Peel back the layers and the labels and the boxes of everything that you have been told you are by society, culture, religion, gender, stereotypes, archetypes, all of that. Peel it all away and get to know who God knows you to be. Because I can promise you that the person God knows you to be is good and probably pretty cool. All right, Reverend David will be out around 5 p.m. with you. I'll be back with you around 9 a.m. tomorrow. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved, and I will see you next time.